Hey guys, Joseph the World here, and today we're talking about the fight that happened last night between KSI and Tommy Fury, and kind of just go over a few things, especially on the undercard as well, because there's a lot to talk about, and let's just get straight into it. So the first fight I just wanted to talk about was Salt Pappy versus Slim. I got that prediction wrong. I'll be the first one to admit it. I'm really surprised Salt Pappy lost that. I think they're both good fighters, but I really thought Slim was going to get gassed out really quickly. And obviously, he took Salt Pappy out before that happened, or before Salt Pappy could do all of that. I feel like Salt Pappy's kind of been exposed over the last two fights. Maybe he isn't as good as I give him credit for, or at least in my mind, but Slim won fair and square. Good on you, lad. I got that prediction wrong. Next fight, at least I'll just talk about the two main events because these are like the biggest controversies and everything. So, Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis. Dylan Dennis shouldn't be allowed ever in influencer boxing again. He just embarrassed himself and pretty much everyone involved in that. Trying to lock in a guillotine and all this other stuff during a boxing match, keep that in mind. Honestly, the months of talking shit from him on Twitter and then in person, or during the fight, I mean, just absolutely getting destroyed. Now, Logan didn't look amazing either, apart from that, barrage of punches, if that made sense, and for a minute straight. But I really would have thought Logan would have knocked him out, but Dylan had a bit of a chin, I guess, at least. But that didn't stop him from barely throwing any punches. Like, he only threw, I think 9 or 10 punches and didn't even hit double digits. He did more illegal moves than he did proper boxing moves, and there's a reason. Obviously, that massive brawl came out at the very end of the fight with the security and everything getting involved, and Jake Paul being in the middle of it, and that whole was a shithole. Honestly, Dylan Dennis is a joke. He backed out of the KSI fight like a pussy, and then he did all that. Honestly, don't let him influence boxing again. Just do it. But let's talk about the main controversy, the KSI versus Tommy Fury fight. Now, I've rewatched this fight over 4 times now, just to make sure I wasn't, tripping. I've watched a few times this morning, and I watched a few times after the fight, just to make sure I wasn't, tripping and being biased. Obviously, I'll be honest, the fight wasn't anything special. There was obviously a lot of clinching from KSI, and at the same time, Tommy didn't look amazing or great either, at least in terms of what you'd expect a professional or more professional boxer with more experience to have. Um, in my opinion, this was honestly, I think KSI actually got robbed. I don't think the fight was rigged like some other people are saying, because I kind of understand the points. Like, it was in Manchester, that's Tommy Fury's hometown or whatever, or home city, and the judges as well, all for Manchester apparently, and all this other crap. But I don't know. I've rewatched the fight multiple times just to make sure I won't be biased, but I have to admit, I think honestly JJ won that fight. Obviously, he's going to appeal it, so we'll see what about comes from that. I'll obviously make a video when that happens, and I don't know how well that's going to go over. Obviously, there's kind of two sides right now. There's a side that says people are being biased, and there's a side where people are like, I think there is some bias to it to a degree. I'm not going to try to deny it. I was a bit biased towards KSI as well. But after rewatching the fight multiple times, I've watched it over 4 times now. Keep that in mind. Watched 2 when I was half asleep through the night, and I watched 2 this morning when I've been wide awake. I honestly just don't understand how Tommy Fury won that fight. At least as much as apparently he did, if that makes sense. Honestly, in my opinion, JJ won that KSI. But again, I'm not the judges. Obviously, KSI says he got robbed and he's going to appeal the decision. I hope he does. I don't know what. Obviously, the result will come for that again, but we'll wait and see. Anyway, that's been Joseph the World. Make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit.